A pleasant good morning, and we welcome you inside legendary Adelaide Arena here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. And it is once again Prep Academy hockey play outside of the Northeast Pack for the first time this weekend as the Mount St. Charles U16s take on the East Coast Militia. Matt Ellis alongside Harrison Prey. Third game in 3 days for the U16s, split on the weekend, lost on Friday, won yesterday. Can they try to get positive side on it today against East Coast Militia in an early morning matchup?
I definitely think so. And because, you look at yesterday's performance, and one of the main positive signs from yesterday was that they scored in each period. And that's a really positive sign going forward. And then just the way that they finished, able to put 4 goals on the board, to finish the game was really impressive stuff. So I would love to see them replicate that and kind of just build this momentum over the course of the season.
It has been Grady Peterson in net for a lot of the weekend. However, Peterson is going to find himself a spot on the bench, a well-deserved rest after his job yesterday. Well done. And we will see the 30 of Gavin Beal from St. Louis, Missouri in the net. On the opposite side, it is the opposite, number 30 of Tyler Michella from Braintree, Massachusetts in Thayer Academy. And we are set and ready to go with first period action. To the left in the white and blue is the RI St. M's. To the right in the blue and white is the East Coast Militia.
Oh, I got it.
I have it memorized. You can have this if you
want. No, it's fine because I got the.
All right.
Yeah.
We're passing around roster charts up here as we get things underway in the first period of action. Thanks so much for tuning in this morning on Fans Only Sports Network. All right, St. M's Hockey is brought to you by Stanley Tree, employee-owned and operated, and by Hamden Sports Center, Connecticut's Hockey Pro Shop. And if Dunkin' Donuts ever wants to sponsor us, please give a shout-out to Fans Only Sports Network because we certainly run on Dunkin'. Around the backside boards, it'll pop out here for the 5 of Alex Zavik. And Zavik will drop that one back into the Militia zone. Quick line change for them. This one's going to come back. Hornberger is going to chase this one behind Beal. Hornberger gets run into the boards right on the Zamboni doors. And for the 17 of Nate Rooney. Popped off of his stick as it's carried along by Ethan Goodrich. Goodrich, the 44 from St. John's Prep in Northampton, New Hampshire native. As he sends that one all the way to the back side. Justin Graff will move this one along through the middle. Graff bothered by Krayer, and a shot attempt is kicked aside by Beal. Inside of the first minute and a half gone by here in this first period as Rhino sends one in and a save made by Michella. Tyler Michella, Braintree, Massachusetts, and a Thayer Academy attendee. Pretty good hockey team at Thayer Academy.
Yeah, you see all these players that are at these prep schools in high school, and it just sets them up for success being in a competitive program.
We were talking off air during the pregame. Xaverian, St. John's Prep, Catholic Memorial, Dexter, Southfield, all schools that we have had a privilege to see at times throughout the course of the seasons on Fans Only Sports Network as we venture into what is our third hockey season here on Fans Only Sports Network. Started in 2021 with the high school season in the middle of the pandemic with empty arenas. We were the only ones in the arena aside from the teams and able to live stream the games out to fans around the country. Turned into college hockey coming on board, then into the Mount Academy programs, and now hockey is probably 2/3 of the Fans Only Sports Network business. We broadcast about 350 hockey games by the end of the season.
Yeah, got lots of hockey, and it's interesting to see that this started, in the brink of the pandemic, one of the only media companies to cover hockey, in all leagues. So it's great to see that this is the network that really covers it all.
Jack Caleri out there for the Saints along with the 5 of Cam Tab as that one sneaks through the stick of Andrew Niner, picked up by Tab, looking a hide for the Davy, and Griffin Davy up high. The puck went around him. And it's one of the hardest things in hockey when it gets up on the edge of the boards and starts to roll on you. Griffin Davy, a lot of speed, but that puck a little bit faster than him.
Yeah, just outran him just a little bit, and sometimes that can be tricky, like you said, rolling against the boards, and sometimes no matter how hard you hit it, doesn't matter how fast you skate, sometimes it'll outrun you.
Ben Kramer in the 10 for the East Coast Militia as he kicks that one back to the blue line. Hard shot came from the sideboards. It looked to be the check that is the 15, who they do not have listed on our sheet. I'm going to have to catch his nameplate the next time he skates past me. The 18, though, however, we do know that's Cam Reed. And Reed and the 10 of Kramer chase that one back into the defensive zone for the Saints. Matt Bolduc. And Caleri, as that one's past Crayer all the way down in a stoppage of play for icing. Brian Burke, Needham, Massachusetts, St. Sebastian's, not to be confused with the Brian Burke. Legendary NHL player, coach, now an executive in the new Professional Women's Hockey League to launch next year. And one of the original 6 teams, of course, in one of the original 6 markets. And oh, that got in! It hit Michela's pads, and a second put from Dylan Crayer puts the first goal of the day on the board for the Saints.
We've seen that yesterday where, the opposing goaltender will make a save, bounces off their pad, and then there's a, skating forward coming right in to be ready for a rebound. And that time, Crayer able to hop on the spot and put a nice flick of the wrist in the back of the net.
You could hear the hard thump of the pads. Thought that one was coming back out. After Michela's save, Dylan Crayer found the puck in a slot for Chris Pallone. Pallone sends that one forward for Andriozzi. Joey Andriozzi had a nifty goal yesterday. Really put the Saints on the run to finishing their victory. Crayer popped that one back, looking for some help from Hornberger. Tristan Hagerman forward for Crayer. Crayer chases that one into the end zone as he battles against Rooney. The 7 of Graff in there as well for the Militia. That one was right across the mouth of the goal from the 22 of Tegan Ingwerson. And a shot saved by Michela.
And the Saints already off to a great start. Similar to yesterday, able to get, a goal on the board really in every period. And then just like yesterday, starting off with a 1-0 lead. And now they're here right where they started. So, already off to a great start.
A little bit of a smaller crowd in Adelard Arena this morning. A number of the Mount parents who were in town for the weekend perhaps started making their trips back home. Hartwell around the backside boards. Calling for it at center was the 63 of Parmentier. Soma flicked that one to the corner. Ace Bond round the backside looking for the 6 of Nico Bromley. Bond And Jackson Vates had it scoot past him. Kramer tried to chase it. Beal is going to stamp it down, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
Yeah, I think we mentioned in the pregame both teams' rosters. East Coast Militia a little bit shorthanded compared to the Rhode Island Saints, so that should be interesting to see as this game goes along. Will that kind of play a factor into this game?
43 is Declan Grenache as he takes that face-off back behind the net of Gavin Beal. Goodrich has it taken away from him by Crayer. Crayer moving forward, fast-paced is Tardy, and the 16 of Jake Rhino right in the middle of it. And those two gentlemen both on the score sheet yesterday as well. Duguay, Andrew Niner. Elliot Duguay had a blue line rifle shot yesterday that may have been the goal of the day. Absolute laser beam. Rhino, Tardy, clicks off of Tardy's stick for Crayer in the corner. Comes back for Niner. Niner thought to go back to Crayer. He wasn't there. Rhino picks it up in the corner. He's bumped into the boards by Grenache. A little bit of a tussle there from Grenache and Rhino. Crayer circles this one back for Duguay. Duguay pulls the trigger inside. Spin from Rhino. Can't fully turn. Alex Zavik got in the way of Jake Rhino as he was trying to spin around. Backside boards comes out for Crayer. Bolduc. Matt Bolduc with space. Tardy trying to redirect. Will peel off for Goodrich to carry this one forward for the Militia. Goodrich on his own trying to find the back door, and Beal 2 good kick saves. Bolduc, Griffin Davey taps that one for Caleri. Caleri blew a tire. Cam Tab was right behind him. Caleri rebounds in the corner for Hornberger. Cross for Bolduc once again. Bolduc lost a handle on it. Parmentier picks that one up. And we'll try to work it outside of the East Coast Militia defensive zone. Rooney carries forward. Drops that one for Graff. Graff fired. May have caught a piece of Bolduc on its way to Beal, who got the blocker pad on a big hit and a whistle. And I think we're going to get a penalty.
And that was a big hit against the boards. Just should be curious to see who this is on.
No. They're just going to call the icing?
Alrighty then.
Griffin Davey just got rocked into the boards while playing the puck. No interference call there from the officials.
All right. They're letting them play today.
Let's go. Let's get some good old-fashioned old school hockey in here.
Yeah, why not? Let them play. They're young enough, Teach them strong.
Waffle board save from Beal. Popped all the way back into the neutral zone. Rooney tries to re-enter that one in a 3-on-2 opportunity, and he hits it high and wide. Bolduc wraps it around the backside for Davey. Karam's off for the sideboards, comes back in the neutral zone. Militia will backtrack with it. Saints will try to make a quick line change for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick carrying forward for Graff. Back for Fitzpatrick again. Shot. Beal in the breadbasket makes the save, and extracurriculars after the play.
Good to see Beal being able to cover that one up. It's always tough as a goaltender. You get a lot of bodies in there, especially when the shots are redirected. You got to find the puck, but that time able to corral at that time and bring it into his chest.
Triple header action on Fans Only Sports Network today. The U14s and 15s also in action. That'll be the 15s at 12 o'clock or thereabouts. And then the U14s close off the proceedings at 2 p.m. 7 games in 3 days. That will be a penalty, as the 17 of Dom Soma collides with the 10 of Ben Kramer. And they are going to call Soma for said interference, and Militia will go on the power play.
Great opportunity for the Militia here. We thought that we could have gotten an interference call if Davey got hit against the boards not too long ago, but East Coast Militia will take what they can get at this point.
Faceoff comes back for Zavik at the blue line for Graf. Graf fires that one. Beal makes a save as Fitzpatrick sat there right on the doorstep. Fitzpatrick still trying to screen Beal as it's turned around by the 7 of Graf for Zavik over the corner. Beal, another great save. Bounces off of his chest. Comes back for Graf once again. Zavik on the side. Graf in the corner. Tried to get that one forward. Declan Grenache for Graf, and now whistle as there has been all sorts of jostling going on inside of the crease area, and this will negate the minute 22 remaining as Jack Fitzpatrick from Canton, Mass. And Zavarian will head to the penalty box. 2 minutes for slashing.
Now it's just another unfortunate turn of events for the Militia. Thought for a second they were going to be able to take advantage of it, but obviously now Fitzpatrick entering the penalty box will negate that.
So minute 20 of 4-on-4 hockey before we'll get a brief Saints power play. Duguay. Cross for Bond. Sends that one for Bromley. Bounced off of his boot. Errant play here to Olivier. Save made by Beal. Nicholas D'Olimpio was off to the races. And Gavin Beal comes up as the brick wall to stop him. Vates sent that one off of Michella. Bond in the corner. Bond put that one right on Michella. And he makes the save.
It's been a couple of times today where Michella hasn't gotten these clean saves. It's bounced off his pads, and he's had to quickly recover in front of him. But, going back in the other direction, Beal making a great save, like you said. It's just a one-on-one, and he was able to be there and react. Another great save. So we're seeing some really high-play goaltending so far.
7.5 left to go. 35 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 before we get a very brief Saints power play as Graf brings this one through the neutral zone. Fires on Beal, and he sticks it in between his legs.
Another great save. You mentioned how yesterday Grady Peterson was the goalie, and now he's getting his time off, which is much needed, and Beal stepping right in and already delivering.
Hornberger on the back side. Ingwerson gets that one across a little bit past as he was trying to overlap Hornberger again. They try to do that crisscross play, and sometimes you connect and sometimes you don't.
Yep. That's just the nature of the game. And, you'll take an icing, bring it back to the face-off circle. So no harm, no foul.
In 5 seconds, Dom Soma will get out of the box. 2-1 as he goes. And we have 35 seconds of Saints power play time with 6:50 left to go here in the first. Pinned along the boards. Tardy trying to get it to the blue line to Bond. They do. Bond, open space for Duguay. Elliot Duguay looking to try to pull the trigger. He doesn't. Goes back to Bond in the middle instead. Rhino had Tardy in the middle. Krayer on the back side. Poke checked around, and it'll slide out into the neutral zone. Parmentier gets tied up with Duguay. Bond comes all the way back on the back check, oversteps Parmentier, and is able to turn this puck back for the Saints. Penalties expired. Even strength 5-a-side hockey with 6 left to go here in the first. Parmentier dumped down. Rooney sends one. Beal flashes the leather.
So far, so good. What we've seen from Beal today, and he's been able to just make it look relatively easy.
Olympio does not pull the trigger on that one. Bolduc, Niner, and opening up the glove and slamming it to the ice is Gavin Beal once again.
I have to say, so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Saints, on both ends of the ice. Just doing great offensively and defensively, firing shots, and then on the forecheck, they've been doing a great job as well.
Caleri offside. Eastern Hockey League action returns to Fansly Sports Network on Friday as the HC Rhode Island open season number 2, a double set of games. They take on the East Coast Wizards Friday, Vermont Lumberjacks on Saturday. Catch all those games on Hockey TV. Go to hockeytv.com for more information.
Getting a lot of whistles here, one after another, but obviously a lot of icing calls and puck going out of play, so that'll do it. But I think the Saints are doing a great job. Like I said, I think they're playing really hard on both ends of the ice, and that's the way you want to play.
Missed. Allows tab for Caleri, and he couldn't push it through. Came right back. Opportunity for Griffin Davey. Caleri and tab. Davey picked that one back up again. Bolduc from distance. Save made Michella.
Bolduc taking a nice hard shot from the point there, and it's been good to see these players, no matter what line it is, just fire the puck at different points in their offensive zone.
Four and change left to go here. And another save by Beal as these two sides just going end to end right now. And are we going to get a penalty?
It looks like it.
Slashing in the crease area again. This time Ryan Hornberger is the guilty party. We've seen a lot of pushing and jockeying going around right in front of the net on both sides of the ice, and now twice in front of the Saints net of Gavin Beal have we seen penalties get called, both times on Mount players. Soma tried to flick that one up, glove down by Burke, and they will call him for a high stick as well.
It's a good point that you made. A lot of jostling back and forth in front of Beal. It seems to be the spot where the officials are noticing a lot of hand grabbing and fighting. So, that's where they're calling everything today.
.145 remains on the advantage. That puck is going to flick up into the stands. And so we'll get a fresh piece of rubber. Unfortunately, no souvenirs
Yeah, unfortunately not.
in youth hockey.
I wish we could keep it.
Did get a chance last spring to go to the ACHA National Championships. It's the College Club Hockey National Championship Tournament. It was in Marlborough, Massachusetts, and had a puck fly out of the rink into the stands and was actually able to keep that puck. Had the ACHA National Championship logo on the puck and all, and it now sits in my office.
There we go. That's a nice souvenir, nice trophy to have.
Providence College men's and women's club ice hockey season about to get underway in a couple of weeks. University of Rhode Island gets underway, I want to say, in 2 weeks' time. And Bryant University in about 2 weeks' time as well. So almost time for college hockey season once again in the Ocean State. Zabik, that one wide of Beal, hit off of the Zamboni doors, gets kicked all the way down, and we'll get an icing and a stoppage of play with 2:57.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see really just all levels of college hockey, and really all leagues, so PC hockey, you get all the the professional hockey going on, so it's it's a really cool time to be a part of, to watch the best go at it, basically.
Yeah, everyone of course talks about the PC varsity programs, the Hockey East program, all the conference tournament appearances, the national championship. Don't sleep on the club team.
Oh, certainly don't.
They are one heck of a team.
Yeah, they're fun to watch, and I think when you watch players like that play at that level, it's really fun to watch no matter what it is. If it's college hockey or club hockey.
For Bromley, Elliot Duquet. Inside, and that one almost snuck through Michella. And that was about duplicate of Elliot Duguay's goal from last night if it would have gotten through Michella's pads.
Yeah, I know. I mean, talk about close but no cigar. I mean, that was right in between his legs, and luckily he was able to cover it up. Thankfully, he comes away with a save.
Duguay looking for a carbon copy of his goal from last night. Soma flips that one around the backside. Nico Bromley's space, and Michella makes the save. Carried quickly here by Delivier. Pallone for the 23 of Jackson Vates as he gets that one forward for Tegan Ingwerson. Ingwerson back for Soma. Missed on the blue line. Carried by Graf. Graf hits the crossbar and scores.
That's the third time that one-on-one has happened here today, where Beal, 2 times has been able to make good saves, and then this time Graf able to finally get one through. It was just a matter of time, if that happened again, that they were going to capitalize on it.
So Justin Graf from Lincoln, Massachusetts in the Rivers School picks up the first goal of the day for East Coast Militia. Brings this one honors even at 1. And the Saints are going to certainly want that one back. Bond bounces it off of his stick. Forward for Rhino. Crayer and Rhino as they work to the corner. Crayer gets shoved hard in the corner. Arm goes up right away. Beal will head for the bench delayed penalty call here as Crayer goes back to the corner once again. And this time there will be a Saints player into the board and a Militia player going to the penalty box. Now, the question is going to be, was it from behind? They're not going to call checking from behind. It is just cross-checking and a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, let's see if the Saints can answer back here. Just a minute 25 left in the first period. In 2 minutes, that'll go for the rest of this first stanza.
Barring a goal, we'll see a little bit of carryover time into the second period of play. Rhino keeps this one right at the blue line. Came back, Crayer fired that one. May have not gotten a full piece as it went wide. Turned for Crayer again, got his boots in the way to block that one. Is trying to clear it out with Zavik. Bond at the blue line, winds, holds. Bond, winds, fires, and that one ended up hitting Tardy's boot. Kraft tries to carry it away here, goes with Grenache. Beal will scoop that one up, and we'll get a stoppage of play. 49.9 on the ancient scoreboard that is about to find its way out of this arena.
Getting a new one soon?
Brand new scoreboard coming. From what we've heard, all intent and purpose is it should be up around the end of November. So just in time for the hay of the academy season, and then the high school season will begin shortly thereafter. We'll have a brand new scoreboard in Adelard Arena. One of the oldest and most legendary hockey barns in the country. Bond got sandwiched and dumped down. Arm goes up from the referees, and we're going to get an interference call. And this is going to put Bond in the box for interference. So that's twice now that Saints players have gotten called for interference while they were the player getting flung to the ice.
I don't get it.
Horn will sound, period will come to a close, and we have reached the end of one. 1-1 after one, with 4-on-4 hockey to be played for 35 seconds. Do not see a Zamboni door going up to our left, so looks like we're going to have a short break before the second period of play. We'll take the quick commercial break as well. You're watching RA St. M's Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice, freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites, and it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
One after one as we get set to start the second period of action here on Fans Only Sports Network. Rhode Island St. M's U16 side against the East Coast Militia. See the U15s in action against the Cape Cod Whalers, and then the U14s in action against the Boston College Junior Eagles to close off a packed weekend of hockey at Adelard Arena. Puck drop yesterday on game 1 was 8 a.m.
Whew.
Finished the entirety of the day at around about 10:30 p.m.
Yeah, a little over 12 hours. You're definitely getting your money's worth when you're working that long. But I tell you what, it's a lot of fun to watch. A lot of hockey, 3 days in a row. Can't get any better.
So 35 seconds of 4-on-4. And then Militia will have a power play. As we are underway here in the second period of action. Second period on Fans Only Sports Network, brought to you by Hamden Sports Center, Connecticut's Hockey Pro Shop, and by Stanley Tree, employee owned and operated. Visit StanleyTree.com for more information. Face-off will come to Beal's left. Zavik has that one bounce over him. Burke chases it all the way back. Burke, wraparound for the 44 of Goodrich. Goodrich for Zavik. Went back for Burke. Burke will swing that one all the way down. Beal had it and then dropped it off. Penalty expires for the Militia. They're back to 5 on the ice. Beal again flashing the leather as Burke makes an attempt.
That was interesting play on the previous, initial save from Beal. Just kind of popped out of his glove, but luckily the puck was kicked out in front and then pushed away to the point. So, interesting chain of events there, but able to still, come away with, at least come away happy.
Ingwerson works with Hornberger and the 4 of Matt Bolduc. Defensively for the Saints here, 56 seconds left to burn. Graf scores.
Getting the power play goal, Graf, his second on the day, and we saw what he was able to do with the one-on-one. They had a couple of them early in the first period, and then Beal was able to make just miraculous saves, but this time Graf able to take that shot right from that face-off circle there and, put it right through. So really impressive work for the young lad.
And Mount has to shake it off and check their legs a little bit too. We were talking about this one. Mount has already played 2 games on the weekend. This is game 3 on the weekend for them. East Coast Militia hasn't played in 6 days. You usually think that's going to cause a rust issue. It might more be Mount having to deal with exhaustion issues. Hartwell tries to go, and another one from Grenache. It's 3-1 just like that.
Wow, just back-to-back goals in a matter of, just a minute or so, and Gamache just taking advantage there. And, we just said it, Matt, playing a lot of games in 3 days, you're going to be gassed, and we thought maybe for the Militia it would be a rust issue like you said, but obviously the Saints are coming in probably a little bit fatigued.
Work to do now as they trail by 2. Hornberger for Davey. Griffin Davey carries this one forward with Caleri and Tab. Tab had it on the back side of his stick, couldn't pull the trigger. Caleri circles back with it. Made the 11 of Fitzpatrick. Slide check that. It was the 18 of Cam Reed. And Reed now carries this one for the Militia through the neutral zone. Overlaps with Kramer. Kramer from his backhand, trying to look to go back to Reed. Got rubbed out of the play. Kramer still trying to continue on with it. Right in the center And it was looking for Reed again, and offside the other way. Tab Hornberger et al. A little out of sorts.
Lots of work to do, and we mentioned the exhaustion, the fatigue. You know, it could be playing a factor right now, and obviously still early in the second period. Plenty of time to go, but we got a long way to go.
Pallone dumps that one. For Dylan Crayer for a moment. Bond. Fitzpatrick for the Militia. Bond picks that one off of him. Crayer trying to push it forward. Back for Tardy. Missed opportunity as it scooted past him. Patch takes it back to the defensive zone. Burke. Fitzpatrick. DeOlimpio. DeOlimpio pulled down and the arm goes up.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a hooking or tripping.
The downward motion of the arm from the referee will signify tripping. And to the box goes the 20 of Chris Pallone.
Yeah, I think Pallone was just trying to make a defensive play, try and skate behind because it looked like that player for the Militia had a free shot there. So just doing his best he could to just, get something going and stop a possible goal.
So another power play that the Saints will have to try to kill as Burke sends that one Zavik. And then Burke takes out Hagerman, and the arm goes up, and cross-checking will be the call, and will negate the power play.
Yeah, we saw that pretty clearly on that end of the ice, and it's interesting because I feel like the Saints have been falling victim to a couple of calls not going their way and finally getting the call in their favor.
Yeah, Tristan Hagerman trying to make a turn towards and got a stick right across. Andriozzi turned on the back side in an attempt from Grenache, hit traffic. Nate Rooney, Zavik. Back for Zavik once again at the blue line. Graf. Zavik once again from the blue line. Grenache and Graf. Hornberger now on the backside boards, flicks that one around. Grenache through the neutral zone. Zavik once again. Hornberger for Andriozzi. He will get it to deflect around the boards past Rooney and down into the Militia zone. Grenache fires past Beal, got a piece of Beal's pads, comes all the way back for Zavik. Goodrich. That one hit Duque in traffic. About a 14-second differential as Rhino carries that one across. Jack Hartwell. And it will scoot all the way down for icing, stoppage of play. 17 seconds for Pallone to be out will give a extremely brief Saints power play.
Extremely brief, and I guess in that case you just got to take advantage of the time that you have. But if they can make the most out of it, create something quick, I think that would be very beneficial.
Have the puck in your zone and try to pull a shot, pulling one there from the offensive zone. The 17 of Dom Soma. As a 14-second differential. Rhino has that one knocked off of his stick. Fitzpatrick tries to carry it back offside. is the call.
Just 3 seconds until Pallone can come off. I mean, he's getting ready right now. You know, it'll be really quick, so hopefully they can, stir something up.
2-1 expires the penalty to Chris Pallone. 10 seconds of power play time. Here go the Saints. Bond comes across, drops it back for Crayer. Can't get the pass in the neutral zone area, and that one will expire the penalty. They drew it up, though. They had the run.
They did.
Could not get the pass into the center.
Yeah, they had numbers. They had good forwards out there. Had a good setup. Just like you said, and obviously it's asking a lot when you have that short amount of time to be able to, try and create something. But they had that free puck out loose and got up past the blue line and just wasn't able to capitalize, get that middle pass like you said.
Getting pushed out of the faceoff circle was the 10 of Ben Kramer. Faceoff won by the Saints, carried by Rhino for Bond. Bond fires one, kicked aside by Michella. Bond got dumped down to the ice right as he made that shot. No call from the officials. Shoved into the corner. Bond will track this one back. Dom Soma held up. Tardy tried to get one across for Crayer, and getting his stick in the way was the 6 of Burke for the Militia. Bolduc will chase this one all the way back down. Whistle icing will be the call. 10:50 left to go here in the second. If you are an East Coast Militia fan watching the game today, so you have not been with us all weekend long, the glass issue has been an issue all weekend. It is the difference between the humidity outside and the temperature / dew point inside is making the glass around this rink look like we just took a hot shower. As the temperatures outside drop and balance the building a bit more as we go through the winter season, we won't have fogged up glass. As that one will go all the way down, icing and stoppage of play. You were here Friday when we had the foggy ice.
Oh, yeah, it was much worse because it was a lot more humid outside and making it even more foggy. So, during the game, you're watching it and you're just like, well, I can't really see through the glass. And that's the reason why, because it's so humid outside. But as you said, as it gets colder, it'll eventually balance out.
Friday, we had foggy ice, which gave off an old 1980s Boston Garden vibe.
Yeah.
Ingwerson has that one bump right past him. Getting bumped was Vates, and then an attempt is stopped by Beal.
Yeah, luckily now, like you said, as the season progresses, you won't have to worry about the fog on the glass, and we can get to see more visibly through where the puck is on both ends of the ice. But it should be interesting though. The Saints right now down 2, but still plenty of time left, so you're still in a good place even though you're down.
7 minutes gone by in this second period, 10 to go and a whole third to come as Goodrich tries to move that one around for the Militia. We'll try to bounce back to Hartwell, taken away here by Griffin Davey. Griffin Davey with a bit of steam, and Davey sends that one to the backside boards. Can be corralled for Davey off the side boards. Chased back by Hornberger. Hard shot attempt deflected up into the nets as Goodrich tried to get a beat on it.
Yeah, a couple of times today we're seeing the Militia get these good looks where they just have like a one-on-one or a one-on-two, and it's happened too often today.
Beal's going to have to pop that one twice and got it to go behind the net. As Parmentier right on the doorstep, so too was the 10 of Ben Kramer. Cleared into the neutral zone by Hornberger. Battled for right in front of the Militia bench. Reed pulls that one up for the Militia. Reed misfired. Cam Tab gets it out of the zone. Hartwell backtracks. Hartwell for Reed. Reed got shoved into the penalty box area by Tab. Kick save from Beal on the attempt that came across the mouth of his goal from the 6 of Burke. Hartwell will chase this one, deflected off of him, so no icing. Andriozzi chasing Hartwell for Burke. Curry tries to bring that one across. Curry once again as it bounces around the zone and cleared out by Hagerman. Tristan Hagerman through the neutral zone, cannot go any further as he's bottled up by Grenache. Grenache for Hartwell on the opposite side. Andriozzi takes exception to Hartwell and shoves him down to the ice. Hartwell through the neutral zone, flicked off of D'Olimpio for Curry. Soma chases Curry into the corner, will send him into the boards, takes the puck away, back to the blue line opportunity once again for Rooney. Rooney kicks that one to the side, in the corner, comes right back out in front. D'Olimpio trying to redirect, and it's kicked aside by Beal. Saints need to try to clear the zone here. 7.5, they do for Joey Andriozzi. Andriozzi tries to deke, and the save made by Michella. And Andriozzi getting into a little bit of a push and shove after the play with a Militia player.
Good effort by Andriozzi. I mean, he was outnumbered there, but, you know, just trying to create some sort of spark and ignite this team at this point in the second period.
Do not mistake Joey Andriozzi's size for his ability.
He's got a lot of fight.
He may be small, but he is speedy, and he will not take anything for granted. You push him around, he will push back. 5'7", 150 left winger, but he plays like he's 6'6".
It sure does.
Had a lucky chance to get to call him at East Greenwich the past couple seasons before he came over here to the Mount Academy program. Andriozzi, along with Giacomo Caleri, who was at Bishop Hendricken, both coming over, joining players like Colton Whitfield and Noah Mertz, who spent some time at Bishop Hendricken before coming into the Mount Academy programming. For the 5 of Alex Zavik, Parmentier, Kramer for Reed. Jackson Vates chased that one to the corner, pushed around by the 20 of Chris Pallone. Hard shot off of the stick block area of Gavin Beal. 5 and change left to go here in the second period action on Fans Only Sports Network, brought to you by Hamden Sports Center, Connecticut's Hockey Pro Shop, and by Stanley Tree, employee owned and operated. Visit StanleyTree.com for more information. Jackson Vates trying to go through the neutral zone, dispossessed of the puck, pulled back for the 23 of Vates as he moves that one forward for Pallone. Check that. That's Tegan Ingwerson. As they've line changed, Pallone has dropped back into a defensive pairing set with the 4 of Matt Bolduc. Net knocked off of its moorings, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
Seen a couple of times today where the East Coast Militia try and go for a cross pass when they're in their own offensive zone, trying to create something, a good setup, not able to convert there. But I think that's something that you want to see more often, as an East Coast fan. Those types of plays are playing into their favor.
And do we have just a discussion going on between the referees, I think, regarding the placement of the face-off. As they were in the midst of replacing the net mooring as well, too. Old school spike peg moorings here at Adelard Arena, unlike what you see in a lot of the newfangled NHL arenas where they actually drill a hole into the ice, into the concrete below the ice as well too, and then they have these flexi pegs that go down into the hole itself. It really helps to keep the net in place. You don't see so many net dispossessions happen in the NHL these days. Hornberger fired that one. Pad save Michella. Back for Davey. Chopped at by the 8 of Duguay. And it will bounce over top of both Duguay and Davey. Hornberger chases it back into the neutral zone. Tab got it forward for Tardy. Tardy backhand flick. Griffin Davey wrap around, drop for Hornberger. Went for Caleri in the corner. Tab back for Hornberger. Hornberger fires. Caleri trying to redirect, and that one goes wide. Caleri chased it into the opposite corner. Davey tried to poke for Tab. Tab came back across the center with it, lined it up for Duguay. Duguay tried to pull the trigger, and it went the opposite direction. Beal makes the save, this time on Justin Graff. Griffin Davey. Davey fires it off of the edge of Michella's glove, and luckily for Tyler Michella, it sat right there.
Whew. Yeah, it's one of the few times that Michella has, again, not had a clean save where it just pops out of his glove or it pops out of his pad. If it does pop out of your pad, you want to kick it out of harm's way, like behind you or whatever, so there's no chance for opposing Saint to come in and take another shot. But that's just another close save.
3:04 separates us from the longer intermission, as they'll resurface the ice just in between the second and third periods so that we can move the proceedings along with 2 games left to be played. There was already 1 game on the ice earlier this morning as the New Jersey Rockets took on BK Selects. That closed off weekend 1 of Northeast Pack play. Ingerson right in the center. That one will be flicked along by Fitzpatrick. Goodrich. And Goodrich got spun around. Beal was able to just shepherd that one to the corner. For the 6 of Burke. Plenty of snow on the ice right now, as we've played almost 34 minutes of hockey, and you can see it piling up on the dasher boards, especially in front of the bench area. Here's an opportunity for Jackson Vates. He gets around. Vates shot. No! Oh, Jackson Vates had all of it, and it got deflected at the last second from a stick blade up into the netting.
Ugh, yeah, so close. I mean, you just see the disappointment. I mean, he wishes he had that one back. I mean, he had all of it and just not quite able to get the right aim on his shot.
Off the face-off draw play, Tardy tried to send one. Gets kicked back into the neutral zone, Dom. Soma will work this one. Soma turns around for Bond. Bond fires that one forward. Good movement through the neutral zone there for Crayer, and it slides from Rhino to Michella. Stoppage of play, 1:35 remaining.
Yeah, let's see what the Saints can do. I mean, we asked the question many times, what can they do through adversity, and, down 2 scores. Interesting to see what they're made of.
Turn shot from Rhino, save Michella. Takes 10 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, going back to that Bates play, I mean, you just hate to see those opportunities missed, but, I think you still need to be at a point where, okay, well, we've had a lot of good looks. We just need to continue it.
Michella, again, a save on a draw play from Tardy and Rhino. Draw play once again. Soma this time. That one hit traffic. And Crayer tried to go second attempt. Soma, blue line. That one right in on Michella, kicked all the way down. Icing will stop the clock, 1:05, and that took 20 seconds.
Doing a good job on these face-offs here. They're getting a clean win, and then they're just, getting a lot of forwards in front of the goaltender, and so that's what you like to see. Back one after another, a good face-off win.
Drop play once again. That time it was the 7 of Tristan Hagerman trying to make the pull. Bond is going to get this one to the blue line. Bond pulls. Zavik got his stick in front of it, and I think Bond's stick broke as well, too. Soma will chase this one all the way back. Bond skated to the bench with no twig in hand. Tristan Hagerman, can he get around Zavik? He cannot. Vates tries to stop it at the blue line, and an offside called.
Great defensive play by Zavik, coming right through and getting in the sight line of these shots from the Saints, and it's really making a difference. It's redirecting the puck and, getting out of harm's way.
31 seconds separates us from the intermission. Hagerman pokes that one into the Saints offensive zone, but Zavik right there for Goodrich. Pallone will chase this one back to the boards. Hornberger sends it all the way around. Zavik, I think, is going to try to carry this one across. He will for Burke. Burke and Zavik play pass back for Kramer all the way down along the backside boards. Hornberger left it sitting. Dangerous play. Beal, what a save!
Oh, my goodness. I mean, that was as close as it got. Kramer was right there, and Beal just having to do his best to just stand in the sight line of Kramer to stop that.
That is the end of the second period. We couldn't even have the 0.5 seconds on our clock, but we are through 2 periods of play. Not a scoreline we thought we'd be seeing. 3-1 Militia after 2. We'll get the Zamboni to resurface the ice. We'll take a moment to resurface ourselves. You're watching RA St. M's Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network. welcome you back and get set for third period action here from the legendary Adelard Arena in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Matt Gillis alongside Harrison Prey. And they are going to, I guess, let the ice set a little bit more.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh, waiting for the other referee.
Oh, okay. Missing a referee. There you go.
And we're down and underway in the third period of action. Thanks for tuning in this morning here on Fans Only Sports Network. Third period is brought to you by Hampden Sports Center, Connecticut's Hockey Pro Shop, and Stanley Tree, employee owned and operated. Visit StanleyTree.com for more information. Offsides, 6 seconds in. Penalty box is empty, 5 aside to start the third. Ryan Hornberger, Tegan Ingwerson. As that was tapped by Nico Bromley. Jackson Vates for Ingwerson, pulls the trigger, and it hits the shoulder of Michelle and flutters over into the corner. Ingwerson chases that one back. Dropped for Vates. Vates was looking for Dom Zuma. Vates got hauled down, arm goes up. Hooking. Cannot do that.
Nope, cannot. And hopefully, let's see what Mount is made of here. Down to final period. They get a power play here, so so far this is exactly what they needed.
Justin Graff goes to the penalty box, and he'll have 2 minutes to sit and stew over his transgression. Saints will have a power play. That one pops past Duguay, chased by Bond all the way back, and we will get a whistle and an icing.
Yeah, I think really the story today has just been the fatigue of Mount. It's definitely playing a factor in this game, and having a 4 p.m. game yesterday and then a 10 a.m. start just obviously making the difference.
Crayer tried to send that one back for Duguay. Caromed off of the boards for Duguay. Bond back to Duguay once again. Sent that one through the neutral zone. It was intercepted by Zavik. Duguay for Crayer. Past Tardy. Tardy dropped that one for Duguay, and you can see the miscommunications happening. For the opposite side, Jake Rhino. Rhino holding. Bond in the middle. Duguay off the side of his boot. Fired one. Where is it? It's stuck in between the pad and the post underneath Tyler Michelle.
Good recovery there from Michelle. A lot of times today we were a little cautious, taken back by how he's made these saves, and luckily couldn't find it, but he's able to cover it up and get another save.
Face-off won by the Militia, and that will go all the way down for icing. It'll come back into the Militia zone. 46 seconds remaining in the advantage. Bromley got tossed out. Vates takes the face-off. Soma tries to stop that one at the blue line. Grenache and Rooney got in the way of it. And Hornberger will chase it all the way into the corner.
So far in this power play, not really the penetration that you'd like, to start. Just almost a minute and a half through it, and just not executing very successfully in this line.
Soma. Hornberger. Hornberger and Bromley along the sideboards. Vates. Bromley once again for Vates. And that one went into the center of the zone and kicked out by Fitzpatrick. Bromley re-enters. Soma calling for it. Bromley just sat with it and then tried to send it around. Fitzpatrick bumped, taken off of the play by Vates. Vates let that one go for Hornberger. Hornberger turn, shot, score! Tegan Ingwerson! There it is.
Well, that was exactly what we were looking for. Some more sustained pressure by Mount, and that time Tegan Ingwerson, the sweeping forward coming in behind, a nice pass, and then he was able to get a nice shot, fire it in there. Now it's just a one-score game.
I think Militia wanted an offside call that didn't get called, and the referee trying to say deflected off of the boards. It's not really at that point. Deflected off of the boards into the zone, not the players entering the puck into the zone. Davey from Caleri tried to get that one forward. Bolduc trying to stop it at the blue line. Here's Kramer, chased by Bond. Turn, shot, save made by Beal.
It's a great save by Beal. A lot of traffic in front of him, but great concentration once again. He was able to just react to that as, the Militia player took that shot just near the boards.
Off of the sideboards. Chased behind the net. Turn around. Tardy and Rhino tried to redirect that one. Tardy on the backside boards. Looking for it from Rhino. Rhino sent that one around. Cryer and Bolduc back in the blue line. Taken away by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick for the Militia sent it. Bolduc was able to smack it down, and we're going to get a high stick. Good attempt from Matt Bolduc. Just got the stick a little bit above his waistline.
Just a tad bit.
Shot deflects off of Bolduc. Got past Bond. Bolduc flicks that one along the sideboards for Rhino. Blown tire from the Militia's number 4 of Jack Hartwell. Or check that X actually, this is the 5 of Alex Zavik. Grenache for Rooney. Carried by Grenache once again. Off of Bond. Save made.
As both teams make line changes, let's see if Mount can build off of that last goal. I mean, obviously, down 2, but finally got the look that they were hoping for, and that Tegan Ingwerson able to capitalize.
Vates for Hagerman. That one slides, and Andriozzi gets bumped along the backside boards. Zavik tried to spin that one around, looking there for Cam Reed. Reed goes ahead and moves it forward. Pushed all the way down by Kramer. Tie up along the backside boards as Kramer and Hornberger tussle with each other. Hagerman comes away with this one for the Saints. Andriozzi for Duguay. Duguay fired, came back for Hagerman, and he couldn't turn it. Andriozzi gets dumped down with Zavik. Hagerman comes over to bump Zavik. Puck came free. Back for Hagerman once again. Hagerman, little drop back for Vates, and that one gets taken away. Parmentier, and a collision at center ice between Tardy and the 10 of Kramer. Hartwell. That was game tire with a wide open backside, and they couldn't turn. Bond tried to flick that one back. Graf standing right there offside is East Coast Militia. Tristan Hagerman almost had this thing knotted.
He almost did, and it was just inches away from getting that puck in the net. And good, goaltending by Michela. He's been, staying strong. A little shaky here and there, but still able to just, show great defensive work.
Soma deep for Rhino. Crayer right in front. Chances are opening up here for the Saints in the third period. 7 gone by, 10 to go. Along the backside boards. Puck protection will be key. Top of the crease area for Patch. Dumps right down, and it is underneath Beal. And extracurriculars after the play as Beal was prone on the ice. And there was still some Militia players that wanted to poke around.
Yeah, still more pushing and shoving, and seen that a couple of times in the first period in front of Beal. This time able to make the save sitting down flat on the ice.
Back for Burke. Popped off the backside boards. Ingwerson, who had goal number 2 to bring this to a 3-2 game, back on the ice with his line mates for the Saints. Bromley. Passed as Goodrich brings that one across. Hornberger pokes for Ingwerson. Bromley takes this one along the side boards. Will flick it all the way down. We'll get an icing and a stoppage of play.
Saints have been getting some chances as of late. Just Ingwerson and Kramer have had some shots in front of Michela, and luckily Michela has been able to put his glove over the puck.
Popped in front of Beal, sticked away by the Saints defense is Ty Curry trying to get his stick to it. Ty Curry, Carlisle, Massachusetts, and St. Sebastian's. Not called his name too many times in this game today, but he has been efficient on the third line for this East Coast Militia side. Parmentier has that one poked away by Brownlee. Ingwerson and Brownlee going. Nico Brownlee, and his stick got pulled back. Good defensive play there from Rooney. Ingwerson stops that one. Vates back for Ingwerson once again. Calling for it is Brownlee in the center. Poked away, and Rooney again making a defensive stop for the Militia. Have to give credit where credit is due. Fitzpatrick. Beal will scoop that one into the catching glove and a stoppage of play.
Yeah, Rumi with a couple of good defensive plays, just getting in front of Brownlee to prevent a possible goal. It would have tied it up, and seen a couple of possibilities where Mountain has been very close. Just seem to continue to get back to that form of play.
Nathan Rooney, Milton, Massachusetts, Roxbury Latin, Hennessy Arena, the home rink on the campus of Roxbury Latin, a la the Adelard Arena rink here at Mount St. Charles Academy. And a familiar venue to those of us in Fans Only Sports Network. In the summertime, they melt the ice, put AstroTurf on the rink, and it is the home of the North American Box Lacrosse League's Cambridge Nor'easters in the New England Division. Two-time New England Division runner-ups as they dropped the championship game to Maine 2 years ago and then to Paper City Oaks this past summer. One of these days we'll get a championship game in that rink and be able to call the Nor'easters to a championship.
Yeah.
It's been unfortunate, so to speak.
Yeah, it has been unfortunate.
Two championship games in their home rink, 2 losses.
Oh.
Oy. That's a gut punch.
It is a gut punch, you know. Bad luck perhaps as well.
But an absolute beautiful building at Hennessy Arena building at Roxbury Latin. Crayer. Soma. Poke check for Tardy. Back for Crayer, right in front, an opportunity there for Rhino, and then Tardy whacks at it again as it caroms back. Fitzpatrick. Rhino, a poke check. Chased by Soma at the blue line. Soma sends that one to the corner. Crayer, backhanded pass. Soma again. Soma through traffic, and it was seen by Tyler Michella.
Oh, man, that's the second or third time I've seen that they've had these cross passes where they've had that set up. You know, you had the 2 forwards, and then you pass it across the ice and then try and get something going. And, oh, man, just so close once again. Kramer was just knocking on the door.
To our left is the net occupied by Gavin Beal. We are still a long way away from the window of opportunity. Never mind! Dylan Crayer tie ball game.
Dylan Crayer making up for it. And I think he was like, oh, man, I think I had a chance on that last, whistle, or before the last whistle. And then this time, able to get the face-off win and, take advantage. Just a loose puck out in front, able to get it behind and past Michella.
Matty Tardy threw one on net. It popped off Michella's pad. Dylan Crayer, who has been sitting with a couple of opportunities in front of the net that he had go left, right, and center, this time sticks it on the twine.
Sure does, and that's the thing. Never give up, especially if you're still, at the end of your line shift. Take advantage of your time and clearly just able to be ready for any loose puck, and he was able to show that there.
He's going to walk off the ice after this game, look at his brother Matt and go, okay, your turn. We'll see Matt Crayer in a couple of moments of time later today. And we saw Noah Mertz over Friday and Saturday. Will we see Carson Mertz later today as well, too?
It's great to see a competitive family, have siblings that have athletic, competitiveness within them, to be able to do same sport. And obviously they practice with each other. So, it really just makes each other better. And, to see them develop and get better over the years, it's really a great sight to see.
Well, when you've got a blue line sniper like Noah Mertz for Carson, who is the younger of the 2 Mertzes, being a goaltender, it's kind of a good thing to have when your older brother is a snipe shooter from the blue line.
Oh, yeah.
You can just set it up in the driveway and say, all right, let's go.
Let's practice.
And it's practice for both of them. It works. On the backside, blue line now. is Hornberger as he moves this one along. For Bond, Tardy, Crayer. As they work that one into the corner for Rhino. This scoring line, they've left him on the ice for an open shift. Tardy, Crayer, Bond once again. Scores! Crayer ×2 power play goal.
Crayer, I mean, just what a performance. I mean, back-to-back goals, able to bring them back and just coming in clutch. He's just been electric today in these last few minutes or so. And, you know, Crayer just right on the spot, just showing, you know, how lethal he can be, especially when on power plays, able to get the power play goal there.
They were on the ice for the game tying goal. The power play occurred. And Cody Wild says, hey, you're actually the power play unit. Just go ahead and stay on the ice. And they bit right into that one.
Sure did.
2 goals in the span of about a minute of clock time for the Rhino Crayer Tardy Bond line. That was huge. And a flip of the script now as we sit here 4-3 Saints. Ingwerson. He carries forward a little bit past Bromley. Bromley had step though. He's going to chase that one into the corner. Coming out with his Bates. Bates and Ingwerson along the backside boards. Flick it around for Bond up top. Bond will send that one back in deep. Horseshoes around a little bit of the way. Sent all the way back around by the 6 of Brian Burke for the Militia. Carried out here by Graff. Graff got held up. Puck went free. Taken away by Bond. Bond, Ingwerson, Bates. That Bolduc will chase it all the way back. The power play goal released the penalty, so we are 5 aside for the final 4 minutes to play here in regulation in a game that has been flipped on its head in the past 2.5 minutes of time. It's almost hard to think that we started this period in a deficit for the Saints, trying to figure out, are they going to be able to get back into this one? And instead, it's gone from 3-1 to 4-3. Caleri hit hard into the corner boards. Taken by the Militia. It's Olympio trying to get that one forward for Goodrich. Back once again for Kramer. Kramer cycles around with it. Kramer collides with Caleri 10 on 10, and he lost his twig. That one will get sent all the way down, and up along the back side of the net will stop play. 3:01 showing on the clock.
What a crazy turnaround this has been. I mean, like you said, it's crazy to think that at one point started the period in a 2-goal deficit, but Mount just showing no quit, you know, not backing down and able to flip the script in a hurry.
Dylan Crayer, 2 goals as the tire and the go-ahead. Here's Crayer again. Tardy and Rhino tic-tac-toe. And Michelle got a piece of something to kick that one away. Arm goes up. Penalty called. Slashing is the call. And the Militia are going to go to the box. No, check that. They're going to send Rhino to the box.
All right.
So it's going to be a Saints penalty kill. 2:38 left to play.
Ouch. This is huge for the Militia.
4-3, 2.5. Tardy, Crayer. Crayer is just going to burn time, sends that one around the backside boards. Graf. Fitzpatrick in the neutral zone. Left it sitting as it rolled on the edge of his boot. And that one will get sent all the way down by Tardy. Icing face-off to Beal's left. 1:26 in the advantage, 2 to go in the period. Militia have not called timeout, nor have they pulled their goaltender. D'Olimpio fired one, save made by Beal. Standing right in front was Fitzpatrick. 1:11. D'Olimpio chases this one back. Graf cheating up a little bit was Michella. 1 left to go in the advantage, 1:36. Graf fires, Beal save. And trying to sell after the play was Fitzpatrick.
He sure was, and you got to be careful if you're a Mount player, you know, especially at this time in the game, getting late, you're up 1 score. You don't want to cause an additional penalty and, you know, give the Militia an even greater advantage on the power play.
91 seconds, 52 remaining in the advantage. They still have not pulled Michella from the net. D'Olimpio. That one is blocked down by Crayer. Crayer is going to burn some time off of the clock here for Graf at the blue line. Tardy almost took that one off of Graf. Crayer bumped Grenache. Grenache fires wide. This one's going to horseshoe all the way down. No icing because it was untouched. Graf oversteps. Tardy had a kick off of his boot. 15 seconds left. Now they're going to go ahead and pull him. 6 skaters on the ice for the Militia. It'll be 6-on-5 here in 1 second. 39 seconds left, 6-on-5. D'Olimpio. Shot attempt bounces wide to the back side as it was kicked by Beal. Stuck in front. Pass bounces off of the edge of the stick of D'Olimpio. Into the corner. Graf fires. That one goes wide. Grenache tries to grab that one. That one came off of the blocker pad of Beal and kicks all the way back into the neutral zone. Burke mishandled. Rhino scores! Burke mishandled it. The blue line, Jake Rhino standing right there, sticks home the empty netter. And the Saints will pick up their 2nd win of the weekend.
And what a way to do it, too. I mean, went through a dramatic turn, you know, down 2 scores, 3-1 going into the 3rd period. It was a great turnaround, but I think the big key was just being fatigued coming into today's game.
Dylan Crayer is going to have 2 goals on the day. Tegan Ingwerson got on the score sheet. Jake Rhino on the score sheet. A 5-3 final for the Saints over the Militia. They pick up 2 wins of their 3 games on the weekend and continue a positive start to the season for Cody Wild in this U16 side.
Yeah, what a great victory, and going through adversity once again. I mean, it's a lot to ask when you play back-to-back days and a short amount of time, and you know, for them to just not flinch and just come back the way they did with, you know, a power play goal from Crayer and, you know, 2 goals in his effort. So you got to be very proud of the effort that they showed.
That'll do it for us here on game 1 of a triple header U15's coming up against Cape Cod Whalers in a brief moment of time. And we will sign off here from Game 1. Saints win 5-3.